Hello, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm James.
As we go a little something like, little something like this.
It's all about the good, bad, love, hate. How are you doing, good sir?
Oh, I'm good. Just got back from vacation. You had a glass of bullet bourbon waiting for me when I walked in the door.
Aren't I just the most adorable?
Yeah, you're the best
adorable
host, Kyle.
co-host. I try my best. How was your trip?
Oh, my trip was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I went to New York. It was a little fishing trip. But,
Yeah.
I had a great time. It was like beautiful. It was fall. All the trees were changing colors. But it was like we scheduled the vacation wrong because like everyone else was just all groups of guys that were doing nothing but fishing.
Yeah.
So I would like fish in the mornings and the evenings, but then do stuff with my girlfriend during the day.
Gross.
And it was like I would leave the river like as soon as the sun started going up.
Yeah.
And my like Elise would hardly be awake yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would go do stuff. I'd go back in the river, and a lot of the same people would still be there. Like this is what they were doing all
Gotcha.
day. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I had a good time.
Fun.
Well, that voice.
I like fishing a lot, but also I like other things too.
That's right. You're on vacation. I'm
Yeah.
sure you just don't want to fish the whole time, and I'm sure Elise would not enjoy you being out every single day fishing. The extra voice that you heard is none other than our third pedal, Mr. Patrick Stoops.
4 Pete. 4 Pete.
4 Pete.
Or it
4
might be
Pete.
5. I can't remember anymore.
I think this is 4.
I think this is
Technically,
4.
okay. If we're gonna start
Well,
this out
we're
early,
not counting.
we're
Yeah.
not counting Kyle's kerfuffle.
Kyle's kerfuffle.
Kyle's kerfuffle of me fucking up a whole episode. So technically, you'd technically be on what, 5 then? But really, this is 4.
Yeah, I think as far as released ones, it's 4.
Okay.
I was trying because there was the Dad's Night Out, there was the Detroit Sleepy Time, Patrick,
Yeah.
and then there
Was
was
that
AA
Grift
Bottom.
adjacent? I can't remember.
Grift adjacent, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And then AA Bottom was last time. So this is number 4.
Oh man. Well, I invited you back.
This is
One,
the
because
prequel.
we really enjoy you, but 2, like I've had really good self-esteem lately. And when-
I've been doing so well.
I've been like, things are going pretty well for me. I'm like handling life pretty decently. And whenever you two are together and I'm recording, it's normally just bashing me. So it'd be wonderful. You already had a little bit of a pre-bashing this weekend when we were only talking through Twitter and Instagram, where you told me that a couple broke up and then killed themselves while listening to one of my songs.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. So tell me about your last DJ experience.
I swear to God, my life is normal, but then, like, you ask me to come on the podcast, and I just spend a fucked up week. Like,
Yeah,
even
I
before,
love it.
I won't really want to super get into the story, but, like,
That's
when
fine.
I went... Well, no, the DJing I will, but, like, right before I came here, I was at the corner store buying some beer,
Yeah.
and the guy working behind the counter was talking with like some 16-year-olds who were buying cigarellos, and he was
Hell
just
yeah.
selling them,
Yeah.
Wild West style.
Yeah.
And
Was
Sorry,
he Will
what?
Smith?
meaning no laws.
What? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought you meant like you were playing blackjack for him or
Yeah.
something.
So for some reason, I pictured like how like people like spin pistols, and it
Right.
was just like, wow, West like spinning cigarellos.
Cigarellos. What up, motherfuckers?
And long story short, he was talking about like this Halloween costume that he was going to have that involved like borrowing his neighbor's black baby, and then
No.
like, so it was
Whoa.
okay.
Hold on. I've never had a costume where I had to
right.
borrow a child to make it
So
good.
this kid was like apparently like 6 months old, and he was going to make the kid Santa, and he was going to dress up as a reindeer. But he
That's
did
kind of cute.
That's
if
kinda
it was
cute.
your own child.
yeah.
Or like, you know, yeah, he babysits all the time. Like he's our nanny.
So it was
but-
like
Yeah.
kind of cute,
Yeah.
but he definitely landed on like it's a black baby, and I'm like, all right, we're teetering on the edge here. But then one of the 16-year-olds at one point throughout the exchange of things said, "I wouldn't be as scary as a black Santa, though." And I was like, "Whoa, hold it, Jesus Christ!" Like,
Give me your cigarellos.
yeah,
They're mine now.
I was just like the story was like teetering on the edge of racism, and then he just put a white robe over it. You know, it was just really like.
I can only imagine. I don't want to guess exactly what place this is, but I'll guess off air of where you got beer from.
Oh, it was North Coast.
Oh, okay.
I don't care. I don't fucking work there.
That's fine.
They
That's
were
fine.
kind of being racist. Also, those guys have like said some not great things to Missy before, so I already kind
Gotcha.
of don't like that
Okay,
place.
gotcha.
But like, they sell beer in cans. It's a weird thing. There's not every corner store sells beers in cans around where I live. Most of them are bottles only.
Yeah.
And so I can't get Rheingeist.
Gotcha.
So that's
Gotcha.
the issue. Anyhow,
like
so the
cans.
DJ set. I was DJing at Touch last Friday night, and I got there at like 9:30 because I start at 10. And right in front of, like, when you go in Touch, it's like all the way in the back is the DJ table, and then there's like tables like right in front of it and stuff. And at the table directly in front of the DJ table, there was a couple that was having an argument with a mediator was there as well. Like their friend was like a self-prescribed mediator, and she was
Straight Dr. Phil in it.
She was being the worst mediator. She like was kind of getting off on being the mediator, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So is she like picking a side, or just like I'm doing what I can to make them fight more?
Or she was like bringing up things like on both ends.
No, she was not letting either party talk and expressing her opinions about the relationship. So you know how a mediator does.
You know, throw some opinions in there. Jesus Christ.
She's like, no, let me finish. Let me
So
finish.
she,
All right,
so she was just chewing out a couple. Like she
Yeah,
wasn't.
she was like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, I
Mostly.
hate Tom and Linda. Fuck them.
And she was getting really loud, and I was just like setting up, and so I'm learning from the mediator who's shouting all of this information like directly in front of me, like basically that they're having relationship issues.
I would say if you have a mediator in the middle of a bar, I would say you're probably not having
Yeah,
the
but I've
best
definitely
of
had
times.
those friends before that tried to be mediator when they found out like me and a significant other were like having a fight or whatever. Or
Fair
like,
enough, fair
that-
enough.
And I'm just like, you don't need to be here right now. Like, just we'll fucking work it out on
Yeah.
our own. Like, I don't want to bring in extra people into this argument.
Yeah.
And she was definitely seemed like she was butting her way in.
Okay.
But yeah, so then they were just like arguing, and then the couple started yelling a little bit too, and there's not many people in the bar, and so I'm just basically DJing at these people who are in the middle of an argument.
Now, did you set the tone right?
I was playing like, all right, so at first I was like, maybe I'll not be a dick and play like love type songs or whatever. Not like love
Just be
songs.
really on the nose.
Just like
Yeah.
ones that are really like nice love songs, not like you hurt me love songs.
Oh, not like one is the loneliest number.
No. Like, and just like ones that were just kind of nice and not really doing anything like to disrupt their evening, I guess.
Yeah.
And then at one point, the mediator left to go to the bar and was like talking with someone else. I guess they had more people there.
A second mediator.
And then-
a second source.
And then the couple were then at that point sitting next to each other and talking. And then at one point, the guy just like gets up and walks out. And as he's walking out, the mediator's like, "Yo, what is everything?" And he's just like just kind of waving her off or whatever, and
Yeah.
leaves. And and then the mediator came over and talked with the woman, and he like definitely broke up with her right in front of me.
That's
And
amazing.
That's a cool way to start your DJ set. Like,
That's called setting the tone.
yeah,
in
I was
a
like, all right, so
room.
we got like 2.5 more hours of this, and
How many more relationships can I trash in this club?
Yeah, I'm gonna play some fucked up shit for a while.
well, and then like this other dude walked up to me, and he like just like put a 20 down on the table. And I don't normally take requests or whatever, but for $20, I'll listen to you.
Yeah.
And
For $20, I'll listen to you.
I'll listen to
Title
you.
your sex tape.
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, my girl's here, and do you like? I was wondering, do you have any Prince? She really likes Prince." Mm-hmm. And I was like, honestly, like I'm an obscure music DJ. I don't have that kind of stuff. I don't like certainly nothing against Prince. I
Yeah.
appreciate what he did for music, but just I never got into him.
Yeah.
You know, and wish I could be like the cool kids and say that like, yeah, I love Prince, but like I just really his music never spoke to me, so I don't have it. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, "Oh man, you don't have any Prince whatsoever?" And I was like, "Yeah, she really wants to dance." And I'm like, "I can play some dancier stuff, but there's also like a dance specific DJ downstairs in the same establishment if you want to go dance." And he's like, "Are you sure there's nothing you can do?" And he pulls out this wad of money, like 20s, 100s. And I'm like, dude, like I just told you how to get dance music for free.
But then
Yeah.
he reaches the point where it's not about that. It's
Yeah.
a status thing.
Like,
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
love the influence I can impart on the world because I'm so rich.
Yeah, look at me throw these dollars.
Your influence
at you.
isn't going to get me the Wi-Fi password here. I don't have it. I can't load it onto my computer. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And so then she came over after him, and she was like, "So you don't have any prints?" And I was like, "Nah." She's like, "Well, what about like, do you have any like 80s or 90s like rap or hip hop?" And I was like, "I mean, I've got some of that, sure." And she's like, "Do you have any like LL Cool J?" And I'm like, "You're naming like the worst one." I'm like,
how did you fuck this up again?
I'm like, "You're really into like 80s rap?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Do you like ultramagnetic MCs?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Who?" And I'm like, all right, fine, I get it. I'm too obscure to be a good DJ. Like, I suck at DJing. Under this, like, I can't read a room.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, oh well, I'll play some stuff for you that you'll like or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think if you're kind of a DJ that only plays really popular stuff, why do we need specifically you?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why not just?
You're supposed to be like a curator.
Well, and the bartender's always super cool at Touch because when people ask them, "Can you request stuff?" the bartenders always say like, we hire these DJs because this is like an art for them. Like Touch has like been around for a long time and really like housed a lot of like really great DJs that do a very artistic, even if it's like house music, it's very like curated.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of the way that my stuff is as well. So the bartender's always like, we hire these guys, they're artists, don't bug them with that stuff basically.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, so I end up playing Mo Money, Mo Problems by Notorious B.I.G. And she...
Not a bad choice, though.
I hear her from the other side of the room. Yeah, you played it! Yeah! And then she danced maniacally for about 15 seconds and then left.
How do you...
She didn't even stay for the entire song.
So how much did he end up paying you for that?
Zero, but he did give my friend $50 at the end of the night to drive him home.
Okay.
So he didn't...
Did you know there's a service on your cell phone?
He apparently lost his phone.
Yeah.
I don't know. The dude had too much money. I was just like, I don't know.
This guy was crushing it. My question is, how do you dance maniacally? I understand this is an audio podcast, so you can just show us and we can describe it.
Okay, you know when Kermit gets really excited about something?
Yeah.
Okay.
For listeners at home, James just put his hands up in the air like he just didn't care. So...
But I try to do it like they
when,
were pulled at one point by strings.
There you go. Yeah, like when Kermit gets excited to like introduce a band.
Yeah!
And we all just did it. That's fine.
Well, then she went downstairs to the dance DJ and apparently was climbing on the bar. So they were just having a night, you know. So yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's my life. In
Okay.
The past like couple days.
Cool.
I'm so glad that every time I tell you that you should come on the podcast,
my
weird
life goes
shit,
just weird.
Your life just goes straight bonkers for a while. That's
I like stayed
nice.
in all day on Sunday. I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm
I'm not turning
music.
on any lights.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at. I'm looking at the ground. I'm very afraid.
I think I saw a very nice picture of you and your lady on Facebook celebrating an anniversary.
This is true.
Yes, yeah, it was our 6-year anniversary.
Adorable.
I was gonna say like dating anniversary because I feel weird like that. Kind of qualify that because people are like, there's like the marriage anniversary thing and there's the dating anniversary.
Yeah.
One of my friends said, like, she said, like, don't worry about restarting the clock or whatever, just like all the years count. And I was like, okay, good. Like, I don't want to have to celebrate the 1-year wedding anniversary,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was 6 years. On Saturday was when we met. And our first date was the next day. So
Adorable.
Yeah, so we went to Mapleside Farms. And then after that, we went up to LBM.
Yeah.
Which is that...
I don't know that.
It's an awesome new...
Viking
Oh,
cocktail bar.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, I say one of the owners.
I know... I went in there. I know like everybody who works there.
Say,
I used to work with all
how
of them.
was it?
Jason knows people there.
I tried to go there one night, but I was started that side of Lakewood. And my house is in the middle, and I ended up falling asleep instead.
You're like, no.
For the listener, there was a lot of pointing in that story, and don't worry, it didn't help.
Okay,
it didn't
help.
It made sense in my mind,
location.
but like, all right, so I was west of my house. LBM is east of my house.
Yep.
I was drinking west of my house. Hey, let's go to LBM. Oh, I ended up at home.
What on the edge of the other side of Lakewood were you at?
The last place was Yuzu, so I think it was...
okay.
You were so close.
Yeah, it was...
You were so close, but also closer to your house.
I live off of the street next to Yuzu. So.
Okay.
Yeah. For all you crazed podcast fans,
Off of Bunce,
you can.
the Irish place I can't remember the name of right now.
PJ McIntyre.
No, I should know this. Yeah.
What's the name of it?
PJ McIntyre. No.
I have no idea.
Muldoon's.
Used to be.
McGinty's.
McGinty's,
There it is.
yeah.
Is that the one right on the corner?
Bunsen.
Oh, okay,
Madison,
it's changed its name 1,000 times too.
Yeah,
It used to be
I-
like the church bar.
Yeah.
I've only been like a Lakewood resident for a year and actually like a year and a half now, but
I've lived here for like 12.
I was an East Sider before that. I'm still learning my way around here.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But did you like LBM?
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely great. Really, really good cocktails.
They have
there.
horns? Like you drink out of a horn?
No, they're not like kitschy like that. Like it
Okay.
was because they take like their cocktail crafting
Very
seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like every cocktail that we had was really, really good.
Reasonably priced and whatnot, too?
Yeah, I mean, you know how like most cocktail bars are generally in like a $12 to $15 range
Mm-hmm.
for a
Like
these-
Spotted Owl and
Yeah.
then the Velvet Tango Room.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
I would highly recommend Velvet Tango Room.
Yes.
Tango Room I would not recommend.
Really? I had a great time
It's also
there.
closed.
Oh.
Or it's closing. They're selling the whole thing.
Oh, never
okay.
mind.
Yeah.
I went to the Spotted Owl
Spotted
once,
Owl's great.
right
Yeah.
when they opened, and I had a great experience. But then I went there, I don't know, about a year later, and I didn't have a very good experience.
Oh, that might have just been a kind of general luck of the draw. They're not 100%.
Yeah, it might.
But
But like when I went, they had a very, very limited menu. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
we mean like food menu or drink menu?
Drink menu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, LBM's really. I had some of their food too. We had like their oysters, their poutine. It was not what I expected, but it was really good.
Okay.
Like it's not. They do the cheese curd and fry part, but
Yeah.
instead of gravy, it was like not pasta sauce, but like a red tomato kind of
Like a paste?
thing.
But not as thick. It's
Not as
probably
like
a little
not
more
as like
watery.
runny as like pasta sauces.
Okay.
you
I would
know?
not consider myself a poutine expert by any means, but have you been to Banter?
Yeah, but I haven't had their poutine.
I like
I've heard it's
Banter.
really good though.
Yeah, so I like theirs a lot. I don't know how legit or authentic it is, so I'm just trying to.
Well, it's just gravy, cheese curd, and fries.
Yeah.
It's Canadian trash food.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know. Like
it's get hammered and eat food.
the
so.
more they try at it, the less legit it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so LBM, kind of did their own like take on poutine, and it's really good. It kind of tasted a little bit like pasta, but instead of pesky noodles, there was just French fries. It was amazing. Like
You
it was
just like revolutionized pasta.
I know, yeah.
My
You changed
girlfriend
the way I
loves
think about
Italian
pasta.
food, and I'm not a huge on it, but I think we just found our compromise.
Yeah, I think we found our in between.
Yeah.
Man, I'm also not a big fan of Italian food just in general. I will take a burger over pasta or
So it-
mostly pizza.
Well, like
crazy.
I love
I
it
know,
when it's
right?
done well, but it's kind of like how much I like it is it has to hit that like you have to be like very, very good, and I'm down on that Italian food, but then I'm less forgiving when it gets shittier and shittier.
Yeah.
But then like because Mexican food, like if it's really good or it's mediocre, I still have a great time.
I still enjoy it because it's fucking Mexican food.
Yeah,
and it's
Mexican
amazing.
food. Maybe I think that we've just accepted Mexican food as like its base level is mediocre.
Yeah.
And then anytime like we go to like El Carnicero or Momocho, it's like, ooh, this is fancy.
Yeah, it comes out on a skillet. Holy shit! Oh my god!
Sizzle.
Ooh, don't touch it. It's hot. They just prepared this.
Like suddenly,
So they
we-
give you the
like-
glove.
Yeah, like suddenly we figured out that at some point, the sooner it
Heating.
comes out from being out of the oven, if they can run it from the oven to your table real fast, that means it's good.
Oh, dude, I just got a restaurant idea.
Okay.
The tables are the ovens.
Isn't that
it
just
could
like
be called the hot seat.
oh, okay.
Fucking crushing it, dude.
Jesus Christ, guys.
It literally just like poof right out, and you're eating it off of the oven like
Okay.
within the
So
second.
it's like,
yeah.
would it be like one of those hibachi kind of places?
Oh, even better.
Where you cook it?
That's why Benihana's is so good.
Yeah.
Is because
Is it? I feel like depending on how you throw food in the air,
Yeah.
definitely impacts the quality of said food.
I used to really like Benihana's, and then I realized you could buy yum yum sauce at the grocery store.
Yes.
But also it is like the thickness of dark matter, so it is like infinite calories per tablespoon.
Yeah. You look at it and you're like, that was 300 calories. Oh shit. God damn it.
300 calories per glance.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a full-on glance. It was like a side glance. Like
Yeah.
I was opening the refrigerator and it like caught my eye. Yeah, I mean, have you ever been to Shinto? I like Shinto a bunch.
I have not, but I've heard it was
Oh,
good.
Shinto's good. It's just so far away being in Strongsville, but they have good sushi and
I'm afraid of
hibachi's
going
fun.
west, man. It's
I
still
know
foreign
you'll
and
never
scary to me.
come
Yeah.
back at this rate.
is Shinto like a Benihana, or is it? Like
Yeah,
a
but it's
Mongolian
like
barbecue?
a nicer. It's like a nicer establishment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Like you walk in and like
It's one of those nice places with the grill right in between the seats.
I would say it's nice in the fact that like no one wears a tank top.
Can you imagine if they try to do? Can you imagine if they try to do an Americana restaurant like that, where they do just like doing
Like an
burgers
open
and
pit barbecue.
And it's just, but it's like, so I've never been to a Benihana, but I'm assuming it's the same as Shinto, where there's like multiple stations. So it's like, think of just like 20 grills going off at once, and just no one can see. And so you're crying and your eyes are red, but like the burger is good, so like that's fine, I guess. Whatever. Oh my god. Now I want to go to this restaurant. I don't know what would we call this restaurant.
I don't know.
It'd be one of those like it probably might as well be one of those like in the dark restaurants. Do we have one of those around here? Do you
I
know?
don't know what that is.
Where it's like
all
literally
about
there's
the food experience and not about like what you can see.
Yeah, it's literally just in the dark. It was like a craze in like maybe 2009, 2010. And they're still around sometimes.
I feel like I saw it utilized on a couple sitcoms. Like the Mindy Project, I think, had an episode where it was a dark episode.
I was about to freaking say that, where it sounds like a device only for television. Like, I can't believe this is a real restaurant.
What are some of those, like,
weird... Oh, no, it was Jane the Virgin. That was the TV show that had that.
What were some of... It was, like, Blind Date. Like, I think they did that a couple times, too. Blind Date?
Oh, I never watched Blind Date.
Oh, okay.
I was more of a bachelor.
How much does a pair of night vision goggles cost?
Because I mean, I could look it up on Amazon.
But I think that you can
keep
see.
Talking,
You can see those in the dark, though, right? Don't they have like some glowing parts to them?
I don't know, but because my thought is like, whatever the average amount of money held in a wallet is, if that multiplied by like I don't know, let's say 25 is less than more than night vision goggles, you've like paid for themselves.
Well, you still have to like get a wallet that someone's sitting on. I mean, you can go through purses.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's do that.
Like purses, no problem. But like,
if you only steal the wallets from purses, or only steal the purses, I feel like it's less suspicious if you take out of the purse but leave it there.
How do they serve the food to the table without tripping over everybody?
I guess.
All the employees have night vision goggles?
They might, but I'm assuming they like count out everything, or like maybe there's like a rope and pulley system,
or maybe they just have mole men working in this.
they just pop out.
Yeah, it's a separate species of sentient life we found like 100 miles below the surface of the Earth,
and we
what we
underpay them and overwork.
It turns out they are also excellent wait staff.
They think they have a good union, but they don't.
Weird. You think? Yeah. So night vision goggles, by the way, on Amazon. I feel like it's one of those things where you put some money down, you get what you pay for, kind of thing. Because there is one that is $1,900 that looks pretty good with 4.5, or you get one for $12.99 that's 3.5 stars. Or
$12.99 or
$12.99. As opposed to
Are you being serious? $12.99?
No,
yeah.
Or $1,299.
No, there is one that is $1,900.
Okay.
And there's one that is $12.99.
Okay.
And the difference is only 1 star.
Exactly. Which says a lot about this economy. Yeah. That's fine.
I think it says a lot about Amazon's rating system.
But there's also like a cooler one that looks like a SWAT team thing, and it's like $279. So like that's probably a good medium.
I mean, maybe for like $13. Maybe it's like
on.
3.5 stars for a $13 night vision goggle.
Like,
you have $13. I could kind of see stuff in the dark.
Slightly better.
Oh shit! There's a ghillie suit on here too. I just want a ghillie suit now. This kid looks like he fucks. Night vision goggles. It's night vision goggles for. Hold on. You spend the extra $15. Night vision goggles with 4 times magnification binoculars attached.
Okay.
So it's like, what do you pay a little bit more, you get a little more. I understand.
Ain't that
When's the
life?
part of this episode where you talk about killing yourself?
This has been a slow suicide note the whole time.
Oh.
Every episode is a suicide note. I don't think you guys understand. Do you guys want more ice or anything?
Sure.
I do, but I couldn't think of a nice way to do that.
You guys keep talking because I don't want to really. I have to edit this tonight, and I don't really want to edit this tonight. So
all right.
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna get some ice and stuff like that.
All right.
I'm
Awesome.
gonna do it this way.
I think I'm just gonna get drunk during this episode.
Yeah.
So. You took my glass away from me.
Yeah, he did take my glass.
I
So one thing that you didn't see that was happening is I slowly grabbed the bottle of bourbon and added more to my glass, and then Stoops did the same, and that's what made Kyle think that we didn't have more
And
ice.
I had just grabbed the bottle,
Yeah.
took the top off of it, was about to pour it, and Kyle took the glass from me.
Now it's just like a kind of sad scene where you just have an open bottle of bourbon in front of you.
Do you want to just do shots until Kyle gets back? Oh, we should do shots every time Kyle talks about killing himself. I think that's
That's dark. Like those restaurants.
shots in the dark.
Yeah.
All right, so a bar that has the same sort of lights off policy called Shots in the Dark, and its motto could be everyone looks better already without drinks. We'll work on it.
Something with beer goggles, like night vision beer goggles.
That's a real rough time.
Yeah, it's not good.
It'll be called Shots in the Dark. You know, it's like dark and it's a bar. You get it.
Somehow we could, like, on a sign imply that, like, elbow jab you do when you're trying to get someone to understand it, like a dumb joke.
Have you watched Atlanta by chance?
No, but I love Donald Glover, and I'm sure I would enjoy it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just started watching it last week.
It's good.
Oh
Paperboy,
my-
Paperboy.
Oh my god, I am so in love with this show. This doesn't really spoil anything, but the Arizona commercial.
Is it for, like, the iced tea company?
Yeah, the Arizona iced tea commercial.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode with the Montague? And then they had like the
God, it's been
Arizona,
so long.
but the price is on the can though.
What the price of the kid? What are you talking
that is
about?
like a corner store deep cut, because I explained it to Missy and she's like, "What? Don't they always charge 99 cents?"
No.
I'm like,
don't.
"Nuh-uh, they
Nuh-uh.
don't." Like there are
It's-
places that try to charge $1.49.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The price is on the can though.
They don't adhere to.
I
that
didn't
price
know that
sometimes.
was a fake commercial at first.
Yeah.
And then when that tagline came on,
The commercial game
I
is so
simultaneously
strong in that show.
realized that it was a joke, and I fucking laughed so goddamn, like the kind of like hard laughter by yourself, like that kind of level.
Yeah,
of
I
laugh.
do
The
that rarely,
cackling.
but when I do, I feel like I'm insane.
Did you get to the lemon pepper wet episode?
I think I'm.
Don't
on that
spoil
one
the
right
show
now.
for me. I really do want to watch.
That's fine.
I think the Montague episode was the last one.
They
that
talk. They talk about this kind of wing that is a lemon pepper wet, which is something that.
that was an early. That was an
was probably
early
like the
episode.
third.
That was the second or third episode, because
Okay,
they found
yeah.
out that he was Paperboy.
Yeah, and they gave him lemon pepper wet, which is something that I still need to make. Which is like a lemon pepper wing, but it's got like a buttery sauce to it, and it's not very. But like in Atlanta, there's people who like lemon pepper, and then lemon pepper wet. It's like a big like. I don't know. It's like a huge kind of thing down there, depending. But lemon pepper is like an Atlanta like wing thing.
Did you reference this in your Hot Wings song?
Yeah, lemon pepper as a palate cleanser.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I love lemon pepper. It's one of my I made lemon pepper wings yesterday.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite kind of wings.
Is it
It's
lemon
so
pepper
easy.
wet, or is it just
No.
what is that like? What is? Explain this.
A lemon pepper wing is just a lemon pepper like seasoning and whatnot, but a lemon pepper wet is often the lemon pepper seasoning, but also there's like a buttery component to it.
Oh, okay, I get it. So one is almost a dry rub.
Yes.
Okay, and
One
then
is
the
a-
other, and then the
exclusively
other one's
dry.
like barbecue
Oh,
sauce.
it's
but
dry
instead
rub
it's
versus
lemon.
Mm.
sauce.
Yeah. in a
We
certain-
debated this. I can't remember who won. Back when we had the
I don't
friendly debate segment.
well, that was a long time. Damn, friendly
Yeah.
debates. That's been like 30 episodes ago. I still adhere to the dry rub being my favorite. We'll just throw that down in the gauntlet, but that's fine.
I'm a wet guy.
I'm cutting that as a sample. That's fine. Hello, it's p.stoops. I'm a wet guy.
I'm a wet guy.
I'm a wet-
I'm a wet
Kyle
guy.
edits these. He's just gonna make us both look like racists and
I know.
giant
I'm gonna
perverts.
find ways. After this, I'm
They
just gonna
bully
edit
me. This
hard.
is my revenge.
Today I managed to creep out my coworkers, which is hard because they're all filthier than I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I just my one coworker Sam, who's like kind of dating around or whatever. He jokingly said, "Let me get the word right." Like, oh yeah, I'm hungry for that ass. He said that, and then like 2 seconds later, I walk up to him, and I said, "You know what you should do next time you're on a date is really confidently use sex talk, but also baby talk, and be like, yo girl, hey girl, I'm hungry for that ass."
Please.
And that just weirded them out. Like,
And then he just immediately vomited on the
oh
ground.
shit, girl, you about to make me cream my diaper.
Well, that's a whole. Okay, now I feel like you're kink shaming in some capacity.
Oh yeah, then he did point out that was a real thing of adults, but it also did super weird out all my coworkers.
That's good. Hey, you got to.
It should. That was weird.
Yeah.
You got to set a precedence. I feel like when you go into
Set
a
a
new
precedence.
precedent.
It's president, you idiot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You gotta set a precedent.
I gotta set a straight up George Washington on this ass real quick. I feel like it's important when you're a job, you have to find a hierarchy to things. I know when I first started my job, I picked one guy that I didn't like, and I found out that no one liked him, and I made fun of him, and then, hey, I'm good now. So we're good. I like that kind of thing.
So in King
Thanks,
of the
guys.
Hill...
I don't like your silence. Your silence hurts me. What about King of the Hill?
In
My
King of the
favorite
Hill,
anime?
they play your favorite anime. King of the Hill, the best anime in the world. They show like a random few second clip at the end of each episode. Just
Okay.
At the end. So it's kind of like I like to guess what that would be.
Yeah.
Kind of like I like to guess what you'd title these things, and I think "Set a President" is going to be the title of this episode.
I literally, I got on my phone to write it as you were. I think I know what he's going for, but it's definitely, I already wrote that down. So, yes. Yeah, I'll have to. So, this
Wait.
podcast.
We've been doing for like half an hour.
Whose
problem are we on?
I don't know. Well, we're technically on a like episode. So, Stoops, let's talk about some of your likes for this. Because, I mean, you started throwing different likes at me, and then you started changing them. So, it's like, which one did you want to land on?
I wanted to land on the local commercial jingles.
Okay.
I will say, as solid runner-ups was the name puns, especially around Halloween, and also the Numero Group record label.
Okay.
But yeah, local commercial jingles. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to an episode of Harmontown recently, and Rob Schraub and Dan Harmon both grew up in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And they, at one point, Rob Schraub just started singing Mike Crivello's The Wonderful World of Cameras. And by the time that he got to, like, Crivello, Dan Harmon was right there with him singing this. And then there was also, I think it was like a Max Fun bonus episode where they had, like, 5 people from 5 different Max Fun podcasts. Mm-hmm. And they were, like, live on stage for some event. And they also got, like, talking about these, like, local commercial jingles, and they just started sharing all of the ones that they grew up with.
Yeah.
And like after like just kind of all like clicking together, I was just like, these are kind of like in a weird way like modern folk songs. I mean, not that they really like tell that much of a story, but they're like regional.
But everyone knows them.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I start going IX Indoor Amusement Park,
gotta get to the
IX Indoor.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
man, this
it's here today. Not gonna stay. Go around the way to the.
Wow, you got me. So the first ones of Cleveland advertising I can think of, when I went to St. Louis for college, someone was like, "Oh my God, have you seen this crazy furniture ad?"
Yeah.
It was fucking Norton's Furniture, and like that's not a song, but that's
Right.
fucking here.
It's,
Like,
it's a slogan.
Mm-hmm. And the other one I can remember.
If you
that,
can't get credit here, you can't get it anywhere.
anywhere.
I'm sorry, he goes anywhere.
Anywhere.
He cross it like arms akimbo to arms out wide.
Yeah.
and then the other one I remember was Mr. Allen's. Like I don't,
Mr. Allen.
Yeah, 29, a 2 for 50. Like which is like the part of it I remember the most.
Do you remember Mr. Allen's?
I don't think so.
Mr. Allen's is
was that a
like,
furniture?
No, it's a downtown clothing store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it would have this little cartoon guy who is there. I don't know how to imagine holding 2 index fingers up and then point them down.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Man, that's like 5 cells of animation.
But it
That's
was just like
amazing.
they would explain what they have. They're like, this style of boots, $10. Like this style of boot, $10.
Mr. Allen's.
Yeah, and then it was like Ugg boots, 29 at 2 for 50. Like, yeah, Mr. Allen's.
I don't think I ever knew about Mr. Allen's.
But it was one of those things that was here before I went away to college and was gone when I came back. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Allen's I think is still around though. It's right next to Nick's Sports Bar on Prospect.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sad they're not doing well enough to do those TV spots anymore.
Well, it got expensive property around there. They can't be spend that high-priced animation anymore. Well, they got to pay.
I'm sorry.
that,
So other than the IX, what is a good Cleveland
see, that's
jingles?
the other problem is that like at first I was like, oh, Empire, but that's a national
Yeah,
brand.
that was when I was fucking in
and I
Missouri.
learned
was there.
I
Yeah.
learned that was a national brand when I saw Donald Trump being interviewed on Air Force One, and he didn't fucking turn off the TV, and it was an Empire Direct commercial playing in
you're
the
like,
background.
"Fuck."
And I was like, one, this guy sucks.
Audio nightmare.
Two,
Like,
this is a national brand? I thought that was our thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And
It has the budget of a local thing.
it
but
does.
That's why
and that's how they get you.
I hate to keep bringing up thinking I lived out of town, but like when I was in fucking Missouri, I saw an Empire ad and I remember thinking like, what the fuck? Like,
they've expanded?
yeah.
Whoa,
we do-
what a reach!
It's regional in that it's Midwest, but we do have save big money at Menards.
So the
And
other
people on the West Coast cannot believe that we have a hardware store called Menards and don't just laugh all the time.
Where's the nearest Menards?
There's
Sandusky, I know.
no, there's I think that there's
There's
one in
one a
like
little-
Avon now.
Oh, is there?
oh, is
Yeah.
there? Okay, gotcha.
I know that we have the Liberties.
Oh,
So
that was the
many.
other one Missy and I started singing last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solon, Parma Heights, Bedford, Vermilion.
Like,
Which
why?
I think they have another
Why?
store now. Like that's
Yeah,
the one
oh.
on our, but that's not the one on
They
air
have like
right
But
now.
six or
it's too
seven.
long.
They have like 6 or 7 now, and they go through it, and you're just like, fucking finish. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like we get it. Like, calm down. I think one of the other famous ones is the company that I work for. That I'll say is the Sunny Side will save you money.
Is the
I don't
how's that
actually
Sunny
know.
will save you money.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of TV or listen to a lot of radio.
No,
and
that's
I've
normally
never
on like
heard
that's
that.
normally on like sporting events. They buy out ad time for that and whatnot.
Well,
so
anyhow, I did want to put a call out that like if you have any listeners not in the Cleveland area,
yeah,
please tweet me at DJ p.stoops.
Yeah.
And please like tweet me links to your local ads with like
I would love it.
like great jingles. You
Yeah.
know, like I think I find it so endearing that like it brings people together. Like I
Exactly.
mean, like Dan Harmon and Rob Schraub, like, they've been friends forever, but like they immediately knew like
Exactly.
Mike Crivello's world of cameras.
Yeah.
And yeah, just all of the other weird ones.
I know that there is a Norton Furniture documentary coming out.
Why?
I don't know why. I have.
Can I ask that question again? But like,
Here, ask the question one more time.
why?
I don't know, because if you can't get credit there, you can't get credit anywhere. I also have a Norton Furniture shirt that I got at a thrift store, so it was quite nice. Did you
I
guys see
remember when
this?
everyone was like buying those Norton shirts, and now you can just get them at thrift stores because
Yeah, I mean that's what
When
I did.
I went to an all guys high school and I did a play at an all
Brag about it.
Yeah, I did a play at an all girls high school to try and
Hell yeah.
meet the ladies.
Yeah, just
But
getting
like
into
one of
it.
the other guys that was doing the same thing was in a Norton Furniture commercial. Apparently there was one where like there's a bunch of mannequins, but then they're like samurai and start attacking him, and he was one of the samurai.
I remember that one.
My
Yeah.
my favorite is like any of the animal ones because they're like stuffed animals you get at like Cedar Point.
Yeah.
and they make all the weird like tiger sounds. Wow, wow, wow.
So,
I'm not good at impersonations. So
Do you remember Chuck Testa? It wasn't from here, but it became popular enough that
Yes.
yeah, it was a taxidermy guy, and it was like, wow, that's a real tiger. Nope, Chuck Testa, and it was like a guy that.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
do remember these ones. Yeah.
Well, here's another one. It's not so much it's more of a slogan, but like the Tim Misney, like you know who I am, I'll make them pay.
Oh
It's kinda
right,
like-
right.
Yeah.
Well, there's slogans, but I love like the
jingle.
The jingle.
The jingle
The
is like what
earworm.
is what I particularly love, and it made me like kind of appreciate IX Indoor Amusement Park
Yeah.
in that like that's a thing that like we all got. You know, that's the
Yeah, we all
I take
understood.
the Berea Freeway home from work, and I see it, and I want to say at least twice a week I run that through my head. 'Cause
Yeah.
I see the damn Ferris wheel sticking out the top of the building. Like,
well, they
That's
can't take
amazing.
that thing out.
no,
No,
they,
I
they
don't
have
think-
like a glass dome built around it. Like, yeah.
They're like, why move it? It's already there. It does
Right.
not matter. I can't think of any other
So very
jingles
real
right now.
Mark Norton story. I used to be friends with this guy who was like a animator. He did like Flash animations and stuff, and he got Mark Norton to voice one of the characters.
Oh my god!
On this animation.
Oh my god!
And I'm not like gonna give
that,
out like specifics of
is
names
that
or
his
anything.
like all-time I'm just gonna talk voice, or does he do that on purpose?
That's his all-time talking voice.
I can see where was this
So-
on? Was this on Newgrounds by any chance?
I had that thought too.
Or Albino Black Sheep or E-Bomb's World? Where was this animation at?
I don't want to like sell out the animator for the story and for whatever reason, just because like
That's
about
fine.
what I'm about to gonna say is that I've had a couple drinks of bourbon.
All right,
What I'm about to gonna say is I'm
take
here
this
today.
bottle away. That's fine. Yeah. You're gonna start rapping next.
Yeah,
What
My
happened?
name is p.stoops, and I'm about to gonna say.
Oh Jesus!
I love J Dilla donuts in a serious way.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you. I do. I'm wearing that shirt. Anyhow, so Mark Norton, during the recording of this animation, gave the animator this script. Apparently, Mark Norton does like public access.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Like, I guess he's done like some public access like skit shows, like comedy skits.
No,
and stuff.
like a Goulardi kind of thing, or like what's
Like-
Chuck and
No, like imagine Saturday Night Live with a $10 budget.
what?
Apparently, he
How do
yeah.
you get one of those shows? Can we just go do that?
Yeah, we really need to have like a Plucking Petals.
Kyle just farted.
No, I
No,
went
that was
this.
the cup.
That was the cup.
Definitely lined with the cup.
I
but
would
it-
have laughed because that would have been an actual
Okay.
fart. But
But could we get a public access show? I'll be the musical guest. I'll be your G.E. Smith.
that works. Can you be an in-house band then?
Yeah, that's your G.E. Smith of
I
Saturday
know.
Night Live.
Well, I wanted to help James look confused.
I know
by
Max
it.
Weinberg. The Max Weinberg 7.
It's like that, but with Saturday Night Live in the 90s.
Yeah, that's cool.
So let's get a public access show going.
That'd be fun. I would like
Good
a
old,
public access.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can do. At this point, we can all pre-record it at this rate, so that's fine.
I want to do it in like one of those like public access studios where it's just like a blue background, and it was like supposed to be for like a blue screen, like green screening effect.
But
we
but
never
they
added
They
any
couldn't
effects.
afford it. Yeah, it's also but it's like the taper, like so we fucked up like beyond comprehension. So
Yeah.
I love it. I'm in. That what would you call it? The Plucking Petals
think it's-
Hour.
I don't know. I got no ideas. For a
Wednesday
time-
morning, pre-recorded.
the pre-recorded call-in
Do you,
show.
do you know what this Norton Furniture skit show is
so
called?
so he sorry about that. He handed my friend the script, and it was like the Honeymooners. You know that?
yeah,
Is the
Alice,
Straight to the Moon.
Straight to the Moon. Yeah.
Except involved a lot more domestic violence.
That had a lot already. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I've never seen the show.
Apparently, Mark felt it'd be funny. Actual domestic, like
Actually hitting women.
this was like
Gow.
12, 15 years ago.
Pow. What a time. What a time to be alive.
What is that sound effect?
I don't know. I had it in my head and I said that's gonna sound great for this.
The thing I made was the noise, I think, of like pulling on your shirt collar, like you're uncomfortable.
And I try to replicate that, but I'm also
Tough
not.
room,
But
man.
I'm also not good at
Yeah.
impressions, so we're just gonna deal with that. Hey.
You're just doing some Charles Nelson Riley.
Did you guys
work.
see the Norton Furniture Super Bowl ad?
What?
That
You didn't know?
doesn't sound
Okay,
real.
so one year, it's real. I promise. So 1 year during the Super Bowl,
Did it air on the same channel as the Super Bowl?
Yes. Let me.
It
Let
was
me.
like that Futurama joke. Yeah, we have a commercial during the Super Bowl on another channel. It was super cheap.
It was during the Super Bowl, and they did. Taco Bell did this campaign where they had 5 or 6 quote unquote local people or whatever, and they did their commercials, but ended it with their new Taco Bell product. So there's like 5 or 6, one of them being a Norton Furniture ad. And they had other guys who was like a lawyer that was like riding a bear, and that was like local to like a Wisconsin thing, and just like
Oh, so this was national local. So there was 5 or 6
yeah.
national local
Correct.
ads that were part of. Okay, and so one of them was. I was going to say
Well,
like
one
I
of
can't
them
think
is
of, like,
the
6
Norton
people from
Furniture
Cleveland.
one. and there was like an eagle sound. It wasn't super great, but it was funny to see.
Oh, Taco
that.
Bell Mark Norton ad wasn't great.
Yeah. Hey, Taco Bell's amazing. Don't even. They could be a sponsor one day. So just to let you know, Taco Bell.
I like Taco Bell. It's probably my favorite fast food chain.
Yeah, Taco Bell. This is
I think I need
Kyle.
some fourth meal right now. We've gone through half a bottle of bourbon.
I don't know what you're
And
talking
I
about.
have not eaten since very early in the day.
Oh, no.
And I drive by a Taco Bell on my way home, and my girlfriend works till like 9:30 tonight. So there's a good chance I'm eating Taco Bell.
Good.
I think we're playing Cuphead after this, right?
Yeah. Would you like to stick around?
Fuck yeah!
Okay,
I never
cool.
played that game, and I don't know why because it sounds like everything I love.
It's
Can we-
everything. It's everything you want in a game.
Let's order some pizza and like fucking play some Cuphead.
I'd do that.
Maybe like
That sounds like a plan.
explore
Cool.
sexuality a little bit too
So,
while we're at it.
so
That
then
sounds like a
you
double
two
plan.
keep talking, and I'm actually not embarrassed by that at all. But
That's
I
fine.
need to pee, and I'm gonna.
You're
go
gonna
do
pee?
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So what's new with you? How you doing? How you been?
It's doing some good Foley work right here.
I like this. That is the sound of you climbing up a ladder, right? I'm not good with Foley work, so
Well, I'm on top of the roof here. Oh boy, Kyle, could you pass me the hammer?
yes. And I got this cup that you can put your nails in.
Oh, thank you for the cup.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost fell. I rolled. It was just I'm tired. It's almost lunch break.
How
so.
many shingles do you think we got to put up here today?
I think we got to put at least 25 before Mrs. Martha comes home.
Oh, Mrs. Martha, a real ball buster.
This is gonna be my audio editing nightmare.
Did you guys just make noises or something?
Yeah, we just did an improv scene.
We're in the middle of a and scene. See,
And
I
scene.
didn't want people to think I was still on a roof.
We crushed it.
This is our new improv.
Cool.
Yeah, you missed it.
Podcast.
It's the new podcast is called James Goes to the Bathroom.
It's called Drama Bang Bang.
So I don't feel so bad about doing that because I've been listening to all the live episodes of my Bim Bam, and Griffin always has to pee.
Yeah,
Oh
like halfway
yeah.
through.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go so bad.
For our public access show, I think in the middle of it, whether you have to or not, you should go pee.
I could do it. I
like it.
Yeah.
I like that idea. James, what's your like for this week?
Oh, we're doing a thing.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm still trying to add some kind of structure to this shit show.
So does in the
Remind me
bathroom.
next time to always make sure that we have bourbon because we are half a bottle of bourbon.
So
in
I was
right
in
now.
the bathroom and I was thinking about Cuphead, and then I was thinking about other like little small games that like Undertale is one
Yeah.
of my favorite. And then we got on the bad fan bases, and Undertale has a really bad fan base too.
Well, yeah, they're all about. Oh God, what is it?
They're like Stoops and I were talking earlier about like how it's like you keep, I don't know, over woke is the right term, where you just want to show people how woke you are.
Yeah.
And I feel like Undertale's fan base kind of has that.
Well, the guy who made Undertale also did that internet thing with the people with the horns.
I don't know about that. The guy's name is Toby Fox. He made all the music, and it's fucking amazing music.
Oh God, I
The
forget what
Undertale's
this
great,
is called.
but it has a bad fan base.
But that wasn't your like for this week.
No, all right. So, all right.
Still trying to make a structure of this
Gotcha.
drunk episode.
All right, here, let me talk about this. So I was on vacation. We were in an obscure small town in New York close to Syracuse. My like for this week is mobile data because my girlfriend and I got into this tiny-ass town like 8:30, but it's mid to late October now, so it was dark. And it was like we found our little cabin, but then we wanted to get food, and it was dark as hell, and neither of us could get our GPS working. And it was pretty scary, so I just love the ability that, like, in all of our pockets, we can just access all information. So that's my like for the week.
Well, that's what Kyle's doing right now.
He is
I'm
actually...
literally trying to find the other thing.
Cool.
I don't remember it. I'll figure it out later. It's fine. I like mobile data. It's fine.
Yeah. It's like crazy.
Thanks for contributing.
Yeah. Oh, it's going this way now. We're doing this. Kyle has a dumb face.
God damn it! Here, okay, come on. Let's fight now. Let's fight.
It's waiting
fine.
for it. Yeah.
Well, he said I like mobile data. You're like, what? Yeah, I like mobile data.
It's pretty cool. I heard a lot about it. It's pretty cool. It's
So,
not bad.
what do you think? What do you think? Like the next thing is, like, well, are we gonna move past mobile data?
What do you mean?
Right now, I brought in cable companies as a problem, and I think wireless providers could kind of fit in that same thing. We're very stagnated in it right now because there's not any competition. But the fact that we have it is such an amazing thing. Like, I can't imagine living at any point in human history before now because I literally in my pocket have the answer to any question I can think of.
But we super did. All of us lived before this.
Well, I've been alive since 1987. That's all.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't have mobile data.
Yeah, but I had mobile data as soon as I started to need to start answering questions seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I say what's next is that majority of human history didn't have this, and so now we do.
Mm-hmm.
But logically, there's got to be some sort of next step of technology. I mean, I'm not saying that mobile data is going to go away.
I think it's going to be
got it.
AR.
I have the next guess. I don't know if this is going to be true, and it might get a little too serious right now, but I think it's an end to aging. I think that is the next technological advancement that will be anything, and it will be just we stop humans from aging.
Okay.
And so...
Have you watched the Don Hertzfeldt short animated film, World of Tomorrow?
I almost said
I have
Tomorrow,
only seen his rejected
different...
cartoons.
I'm gonna have to send you World of Tomorrow. It actually
is that on Netflix though?
Oh shit, it is on Netflix.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, watch it. It's 15 minutes long, and it was the best written film of 2016. It was my favorite film of 2016.
Okay.
But he talks a little bit about what do we do with our bodies once we're past our bodies, essentially.
So that's not even what I'm talking about.
You just mean
I honestly
straight up vampire shit.
No, sort of. So there's a YouTube channel I've talked about a few times on here. It's where I get a decent amount of my source called Kierkegaard, or In a Nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
And they recently released a video that's, if we could stop human bodies from aging, should we? And then other YouTube channel like CPG Grey did one. It's we need to stop just kind of accepting death as being a thing, because it is the first immortal generation might be alive right now. The way technology is moving, we might learn how to stop human bodies from aging. It's just something that happens the way a car breaks down. But if we reach the point where hey, your body stays 35 forever, well then it's not.
So basically we're turning all kind of vampire.
It's not immortal because you can't stop shit from happening, for lack of a better word. But at least as you get older, shit breaks down, and we'll never once you're old, there's no such thing as dying as old age. It's one of your vital processes eventually fails because you're old and things keep breaking. It is not unreasonable to think that hey, we reach the point where you stop aging and you have a 30-year-old body forever until an accident happens.
No, I get that. I'm just and this is going to be totally one of those things that 100 years from now they're going to be look at this old timer saying this. But I don't know, isn't that going to create massive overpopulation?
Well, we'd have to then, if we ever reach that point, we'd have to address the issue where it's hey, if we want to give you the science that lets you stop aging, we got to give you a vasectomy.
Fertile,
or whatever. Yeah.
Or infertile. Here's my big issue with that though is also cognitive dissonance.
Okay.
Okay.
For the listener at home, what is cognitive dissonance? But also Kyle doesn't know what cognitive dissonance is.
So
Nice.
Cognitive dissonance
Thank
is
you.
that when
Good save.
when something that you have learned and you hold to be true with yourself over the years, it ends up forming in your brain as a core belief.
Okay.
A core belief of mine is that the world is round. So then that way when
Not bad.
When
Not
someone though comes to me with different information saying the world is flat, my brain responds to it, and not just my brain, everybody's brain responds to having one of your core beliefs attacked in the same way as being physically attacked. It actually lights up the same centers.
A fight or flight kind of thing.
No, more like you're being attacked.
Okay.
It's not like an adrenaline thing or whatever.
Gotcha.
But it's the same reason that
That's actually not what cognitive dissonance is.
I
Oh,
am
shit.
describing a
Hot
different
take.
thing. That
Yeah,
I-
cognitive dissonance is when you have one of those core beliefs
Uh-huh.
and then another core belief, but they contradict each other. So if it's like, I believe that the world is round, but also if you sail to the edge of the world, you could fall off of it. That's cognitive
Oh, I
dissonance.
thought cognitive dissonance was when something attacks your core belief.
No.
Okay, but
so
what-
that is a thing that I don't know the
Okay,
name
so
of.
well,
yeah.
that's the thing that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then I didn't mean to call it cognitive dissonance. I just wanted to sound smart for you guys.
That's
Yeah.
fine. You're really pulling a Kyle there.
Yeah, you
I
pulled
really
a Kyle.
appreciate it. By the way, the thing is Homestuck. Do you know what Homestuck is?
I don't.
Okay, go to any anime convention ever, and they have these dumb horns, and they're like quote unquote like internet people or whatever. We'll talk about
What
more.
part of the conversation is this referring
Hey,
to?
why don't you pull your phone up and order us a pizza?
Okay, that's fine. I'll work
Yeah.
on that. What do you want?
Something to soak up this bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay. Soak up this.
Just
Okay.
get like a Supreme or whatever.
Okay. I'll
good
I'll
with
work
that.
on that. You guys keep talking about not.
The only
cognitive
thing that's a
dissonance.
no-no in my palate is cilantro. I'll eat anything else.
That's fine.
You're
Yeah, I
one of
know
those
that.
soap people.
I know I hate it because it's
Weird.
like
It's like 50-50.
It's yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know what cilantro tastes like, so I assume I like it. Okay.
and if I would like if I met a genie, that would be one of my wishes. It's just like I don't even want to like cilantro. I
And
just
for
want
my
to not
third
care.
Wish, I want you to be. Oh no, cilantro.
I just want to
cilantro
not
is good.
care, like because it's like I love Mexican food and it's like
Yeah,
a landmark.
it's in that
yeah.
rice, in Chipotle rice.
It is.
Okay,
You
so
can order it without it though.
so
Only if you're at the restaurant. You can't do
I'm
it on the app.
contributing.
Yeah.
so my so my issue with this is that if we have like a bunch of people who are in forever 30 bodies, but essentially like 300 years old, like there's no changing that core belief. And one of the benefits of having new people come along, like new generations, and this is why like at work I have so many like fucking olds that are like saying like millennials are the problem, blah 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 blah, blah and all this shit, like, and I just want to fucking punch them in their face all the time because I'm like, that not like, we need new generations because we need a new new people to think of things in new ways.
You're not wrong at all. And I think the word for that is zeitgeist, which is like the current
zeitgeist
atmosphere's
means
belief.
time ghost, which means it's an
Does it mean time ghost?
Is
that
that
actually makes
related
sense.
to?
Yeah.
Is that related to Rheingeist?
no,
No,
Rheingeist is Ghost of the Rhine,
But
which
it's
the Rhine
like,
River runs through
you know,
Cincinnati.
like right now,
this
I would
isn't as
like
fun as
so.
I
I don't know.
want.
In Lincoln's
Go back to
time, the
pizza.
zeitgeist was that black people were less than white people, and I would say for the most part that is not the case now.
A zeitgeist is an idea that was considered inevitable to happen. Like, we would eventually be able to look at like electrons and things like that, and small particles and stuff. Like, we actually knew the flow of electrons before we knew what electrons were.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that's
We-
why
we-
our
we knew it
fucking
for-
nomenclature for it is like electricity is wrong because electrons are negative. Anyways,
Well, they flow in the opposite direction.
it's I don't remember specifically, but it's like the nomenclature's stupid.
Well, what's positive and negative, and like the flow, the flow, basically all circuits flow in reverse of what you think that they flow. Yeah.
Like as in like if you write it out,
Yeah. But that's what a zeitgeist is. But so
Sorry,
we
Kyle.
so I think that we need
It's
like
fine.
new people though to bring in new ideas, and that if we have the same group of what are there, like 7 billion, 8 billion people on Earth.
we're
Yeah, give or
7
take.
plus, but I don't think we're at 8 yet.
So
and
say
I'm
that we
not-
have like
yeah.
the same
Do you have
7
a
billion.
counter for that at your house or something? How do you know that?
I don't know. You just hear it.
Where?
It's like 7.6. You ever Google? You can just Google it.
Yeah,
That's fine.
It's going up like
I got more important things.
Like
what do you
ordering
guys
pizza?
want on? Yeah.
Supreme.
Okay.
I don't know, or unless like what?
I'll eat black olives, but
It says that this one has cheese, pepperoni, Italian sausage, mushrooms, green peppers, and onions.
do that. That sounds
Okay,
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
I used all my cash. Can I give you? Can you put my card in? If you guys have cash.
That's I don't have cash. That's fine. We'll figure it out later. This is really good podcast recording right now.
It is.
Well, you know what? You can just take my money from James owes me because I paid for his movie last week and he still hasn't paid me back.
You talking about me?
Well, no, not you. Sorry.
I was like, what?
What movie did we go to?
Went to go see Blade Runner.
I was in New York most of last week.
Anyhow, so that's my
Yeah,
issue
you know,
with like
you're-
lack of death.
You're not wrong, and it is like thoughts need to evolve, and it is pretty hard. I think it's 25 where your brain is kind of set,
Yeah.
and who you are is
Agreed.
not really gonna change after that. But it's kind of like, also on the other hand, like, wouldn't it be great to just not suffer and die? Like, yeah.
But I think, I'm
What's
I'm
the fun
pro
in that?
I'm pro dying though, because
Oh, I'm so pro death.
imagine, like, I don't know, I think that it gives us a timeline. Like, you're not going to be here forever, so you got to do the best you can.
I get that, but I'm also like, I think we shouldn't have to. I would, if totally like overcome that shit if we could. I think we should.
Yeah,
try
and I
work
mean,
toward
like,
it.
I'm sure that there are arguments that could be made for. I mean, I will admit, like, this is kind of the first time I've ever really like seriously thought about like, oh, what's it like if the entire population could live forever? But so I guess a lot of the things
it's
I'm saying are a
not
little bit
live
off the cuff.
forever, but it's like you can never get rid of like accidents, and you can never get rid of like just shit happening, like aneurysms or whatever. But
Yeah.
if you stop aging, you stop the high probability of it.
Okay.
So then you have people living for several hundreds, if not thousands of years. And I get you were right, where it's something kind of ideas would stagnate.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have a progression of society. But like, I don't know. It sucks that this is finite. I don't know. I love it.
But I think
Yeah.
I think it's really great, and I think this is okay. So I'm agnostic, mostly atheist, part Satanist. Like,
We've all been there. We've all been to Hot Topic once or twice. That's fine.
So, my kind of where my personal core beliefs lie is that if you interact with anybody, you do live forever in a way, in the way that like one electron bounces off of another. That's not how electrons work.
Well, you're
but,
making
you know, like, how-
you're making a difference in someone's life.
exactly, and that changes someone else's, and that changes someone else's, and that whatever you do. And I mean, certainly people have Beethoven and
Yeah.
Michelangelo are people that we
The
still
Ninja Turtle?
Beethoven, the
Fuck
Ninja
you,
Turtle.
Kyle.
Yeah,
No, Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle. I'm back. The pizza's ordered, so I'm back in this podcast now.
All right, pizza
you guys
boy,
can stop being
Cowabunga
smart.
man
This is me
is,
now.
back.
This is
Yeah.
Kyle time.
So, yeah, I mean, well, all right, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but basically, my feeling is that we already do live forever, in that everything that we create and do and interact with does set some chain of events up, and that your presence is always felt.
Did you listen to the podcast where my dislike was the end of the universe?
Oh,
No,
calling you out right now.
yeah, I totally listened to that.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to.
I
Okay.
loved that. I love
Guess
how
what?
you're like,
We're about to record another episode of the podcast where you're not on it, and I'm just gonna release that one now. Thanks a bunch, appreciate it. You've been a true friend.
you know what? I've listened to more than I've had to.
Boom.
All right,
Ooh,
No,
wow.
I mean,
that
like-
also hurts. Thank you.
not just the ones I was producing.
That's fine.
That wasn't like a calling you out. It was just a, do I have to say this or not?
You do,
Okay.
because it's interesting
So
nonetheless.
what we know of science, there's 3 ways the universe can end right now.
Mm-hmm.
Big crunch. Everything's expanding, it slows down, comes back.
Turns into a crunch bar, right?
Yeah,
Naturally.
yeah, exactly.
We all know.
Obviously,
All right.
everyone likes a bunch crunch.
So the second is actually, what's crazy to think about is like at the start of the universe, like it wasn't that only a tiny amount of space was occupied. That's all that there was. So as the universe is expanding, it's actually making more space. So one way that the universe could end is like right now, more and more space is being made. And that's even between our own bonds in our bodies and the earth.
Well,
But-
like we're getting bigger, but just everything's relative.
Hell yeah!
No,
yeah.
the fact like the more space is being made there, but the components, like, all right, so the way that electrons orbit around a nucleus of a cell, those bonds are stronger than the amount of space that's being made, so they just kind of pull together as that space is being made. So another way that the universe could end is eventually that space will be made so fast that no atom can interact with any other atom because the amount of space between them is so big they'll never interact. And then the third one is just the heat death of the universe, which is the most likely, where like we're expanding and eventually all of the stars will burn out, all of the energy will reach maximum entropy. So it will kind of reach that point where, like you said, you live forever. I don't know if that's necessarily the case because the universe looks finite.
Well,
but in let's just say the human race is finite. Even in that end, it's technically that is still forever because we don't know when.
Well, yeah, we don't know, and then it maybe like. We reach the point where we reach technology and we're like, oh yeah, our universe is just one of infinite. So we'll just like fucking go to another one. Fuck it. Like
let's hang out. Let's go to Mars. Like that's just part of the whole thing. I just want to let you guys know that Jeff began custom making our order.
So I just
I really hope we're still recording by the time
for
Jeff
the
comes
listener.
over.
This is 100% how we are at a bar. Is we start off laughing and joking and talking about nonsense, then we get really existential, and then we order a fucking pizza.
Yeah, and then Kyle ruins it by ordering pizza.
I'm having a little bit of an existential crisis because I don't know why I have so many ones.
Why I have a bunch of are those vacation dollars?
I have never worked as a server or a stripper, and I don't know why I have so many ones.
That's just money.
Okay, if you were a stripper, what would be your song?
Ooh.
What's your like? Oh fuck yeah, this is like my fucking jam.
Rolling Stones, Painted Black. Anyways, keep going.
What's yours, James?
God, that's a hard question. I don't know. Is it weird that I want to see The Trooper by Iron Maiden?
No, that's pretty rad.
Yeah. I like that. It's fucking badass. What about yours?
Black Skinhead by Kanye West.
Ah, that's a good one.
Fuck yeah, man.
That's a good one. We all a theme is just darkness in some capacity.
I forgot both of yours already.
It's fine. Mine was Rolling Stones Painted
Black.
Black.
And I counted out
Painted Black, Black Skinhead, and The Trooper?
Yeah, that was right.
Shit.
We're fucking. Let's start a little goth male strip club.
Hey guys, our order is in the oven, so I'm gonna. I love the pizza tracker. It's the coolest. I gotta say, thing.
This episode has been super fun for me. It's gonna be a fucking chore for the listener.
Yeah, I know. This is gonna be
the part where we get serious.
The only
zero people will make it.
The only thing that
no
will
one
make
is
this
listening
worse
to this.
if literally we ate pizza in front of microphones for 45.
Okay,
minutes.
wait, Kyle. How about this?
No.
If anyone makes it to this point in the podcast, tweet at both me and Kyle. And we will both send you a copy of one of our albums.
Boom.
There we go.
Done.
If you actually, so you gotta tweet at me, and then we'll get your address and shit.
And if you tweet at me, I'll make a Twitter.
Ooh.
Can I do that?
No, you can't. You can't. There's no pre-tweeting.
All right.
And James will send you a keg of Fathead's beer.
That is not true.
All right. Well, let's end this on a little bit of structure. I did pester James to give us an anti-like. So you know about the happy ending aspect of whatever. We take a bad thing and make it good. We're gonna take a good thing and make it bad.
Hey, Kyle, don't you have a like? Should we do that real quick?
I forget mine.
Let's make a 2-hour episode.
I don't even know how long you've been doing this.
Well, we've been going, according to my R16, it's been going for about an hour and 7 minutes.
Yeah, maybe we should just...
Give or take.
Yeah.
So
long episode. Let's do it. What's your like?
No, I don't... Mine was... I literally have to go through my text chain with James right now to remember...
No, what's your... I think we should do your like. Let's bring this up.
My like is...
late night eating.
Yeah, late night eating.
I remembered from my text messages.
Yeah, sorry, I literally just looked up our text chain that said my like is late night eating. Yeah, I really like to eat food at night. Whether like especially like after things. So for example, my big thing, I don't know what it is, but whenever I do a show, I tend to always go after the show. If I'm not going out afterwards, I usually just go to Rallies and I get 2 big Bufords. And I sit there and I eat Rallies. And I love Rallies.
Do you get the fries and... do you get a shake?
No.
You gotta get a shake.
No, I'm not big on like that kind of thing.
Banana shake? Oh.
It's good.
That's weird to me because I think Rally's / Checkers has some of the worst burgers, but they have like the best fucking fries.
They have the best fries.
And their shakes are really good too.
So
Yeah, they are,
sometimes I'll get the
actually.
fries, but normally I like a Big Buford. I think that just has to deal with like what I had as a kid or whatever.
Do you just go to the Rally's off here of 117?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go there, and actually I did one show at Grog Shop, and there's one in between Grog Shop and my house, not to the 117th place. And I was so drunk, I made my Uber go to Rally's for me.
I'm sorry.
And order
Is
Rally's.
this the one off of East 55th?
Yeah.
You are such in a dangerous neighborhood.
That's fine.
Wait, no, East 55th. That's near Kinsman.
No, that's East 55th near like the 490.
No, that's near
entrance.
Kinsman. Yeah.
Yeah.
East 55th and
That's not
Kinsman.
too
That's
bad.
I used to live in Shaker Square, and that's how I would get to the
That,
west side.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
one.
no, that-
one
I've eaten
specifically.
at that Rally's a lot.
I like
that
that
intersection
Rally's.
is Kinsman and Woodland.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's 55th, Kinsman, and then Woodland also. So it's like a 5-way.
Yeah.
Which is a
You're-
lovely skyline.
I will say
skyline
that,
treat, by the way.
I was in a corner store around there for my work, and definitely the Frito-Lay guy got held up at gunpoint in the parking lot while I was inside.
That sounds about right.
So that was a fun day.
Yeah.
That's scary, but that being said, the Taco Bell literally at the end of your street
Oh,
also like got held up at gunpoint, and the employees were concealed carrying and just killed the guy.
Yeah, but also I think they were underage.
I don't
That's
know.
what I've been reading, is that they were underage for doing a conceal and carry.
Yeah, I think you have to be 21.
Yeah, they were 19.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
Oops.
So finally they're going to enact some gun laws? All right.
Maybe. No, but the best part of this though is that the next day they had a van that had a sign on the van that was in the Taco Bell parking lot that was to take conceal and carry classes, and it had a number and everything. I'm like, fucking topical advertising. Holy shit. So yeah, I don't know. I like late night eating. I think it's fun. It's not good for my body, obviously.
fuck no, yeah.
That's fine. But like,
But like, I'm
We
gonna
do
go
the
back
same
into
stuff.
that technology thing. I think we can make it so it is good for your body. Because
That'd
right
be
now we
awesome.
have a metabolism that's like we don't know where you get food, so we're gonna get the most out of everything.
exactly.
But if you make a metabolism that's like, hey, we can eat garbage all day, all the time.
That'd be amazing.
Then you can fucking have a healthy body that just eats mozzarella sticks all day.
That's right. Hey, no, that sounds like my dream and a half.
Yeah.
So we have the same post-show thing, except I go to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
So much so that at the Beachland, every time I'm there, I'm like, I should get some food. And I was like, no, I think I'm just going to get some Taco Bell after the show. And then Ryan, the wonderful sound guy /
Yes.
bartender there, he told me last time, he's like, you say that every single time that you play the Beachland, right? I was like, no, I don't. He's like, yeah, every time you hear you say after the show, you're going to go get some Taco Bell. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, and about 50% of the time I do.
Yeah, that's right. That's
What
right.
is your Taco Bell order?
Oof.
My Taco Bell order is usually 7-layer burrito, cheese quesadilla, and then Baja Blast.
Yeah, I love that
So-
Mountain Dew.
But I've been changing it up a little bit because it used to be Crunchwrap Supreme,
I like
which I'm
those.
a fan of, and I'm getting
Yeah.
less and their cheese quesadillas suck. Like they're not good, and I have to stop ordering those. That's that's my
They
biggest dilemma.
they have a new like potato taco on the dollar menu that I actually really like.
I've had that. Yeah, they've had that for. That's like a yeah.
I say
potato
new, but
soft
we're
taco?
talking maybe 6 months. But yeah,
Yeah,
That's
is
been
good.
around
I've
for a
had
while.
that.
yeah.
It's my go.
Not
it's,
a while.
It's
like,
one of my go.
It is a
to
2017.
No,
thing,
it's
but-
been
No,
around-
no.
I got it last year too. It's
I
I
because
got
that
it when
used
I
to be
still
part
lived
of.
with
I
my
used to.
parents in Strongsville.
I
It's
don't
been a couple
know
of
if
years.
that's true.
I know for a fact I got it
fucker.
last year because I used to dollar menu it up last year, and now I'm
Now you're
raking
ball-
in that
now-
paper.
Now you're balling out of control.
Yeah.
Now you can
Crunchwrap
go.
Supremes on 7-layer burritos.
James, what's your normal Taco Bell order then?
So all right. I loved the 5-layer burrito when it's on the dollar menu.
That's good.
But now it's almost $2. It's not really worth it.
I agree.
But I like that potato taco that I thought was newer than I guess it was.
No, it's been around for a while, but it's amazing.
It's good.
I
forgot
actually
about it.
thought it was. So then I do Crunchwrap Supreme.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite, and then cheesy gordita crunch are my favorite. Not on the dollar menu.
Now, do you
items.
do the Dorito taco with the cheesy gordita crunch.
So there is a Doritos Locos taco. I don't think it's worth the money.
I agree.
I like it, but it was like not for what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I usually go dollar menu.
Nice.
And I like they have a chicken quesadilla for on the dollar menu. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then that potato taco. So I normally do a couple potato tacos, a couple of chicken, and then a Crunchwrap Supreme. That's my Taco Bell order. It's usually about $7.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, for real listeners, if you made it to this point, you have to tweet at me your Taco Bell order.
There's so many things of tweeting.
Or you can Facebook me, the p.stoops account, and I'll send you an album.
An album just full of Taco Bell songs.
It might be Ancient Computers.
Are you looking at freaking Snapchat right now?
No, I was checking. My girlfriend messaged me on Hangouts, so just making sure she's good. So
cool.
What's she doing?
She's hanging out, having a good old night. Probably playing Stardew Valley. Probably, I'm assuming. My Taco Bell order is 3 potato grillers. There's a punchline there, but there isn't. That's the most beautiful part.
It was because you said 3 potato grillers and then took an overly confident sip of bourbon.
Sip of nothing because it's ice. So I feel like it's a good old time to end this podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
How does that sound?
We're hating on some shit?
Yeah, we can do that real quick. So James's anti-happy endings is
Not me.
Is donuts and coffee. So what's bad about donuts and coffee besides clearly the idea that your calorie intake for the donuts is going to
I'm actually not a donut person.
Okay.
I just think that
I like a bagel over a donut.
So like I eat like garbage, but my favorite kind of like I don't know, horrible foods are like really high in like meat and hot sauce. Mm-hmm. So like a donut to me is like 9,000 calories of like sweet desserty sugar in the morning, and that sounds so unappealing.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't handle the sugar at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
it's not my lifestyle.
So for me, I drink coffee about like once a week.
Ooh, that's a problem.
Well, I have heartburn.
Okay,
I get heartburn real bad too.
And so like if I like coffee, kind of upsets my stomach a little bit.
Okay.
But like I can generally like deal with like one that has like a lot more like cream in it and stuff, and that way it's not as acidic. As far as donuts, I love donuts. However, and if any of my coworkers are listening to this right now,
they're not. Don't worry.
Please don't tell Joe. But my service manager brings in donuts every Friday.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck is up with these donuts. But he gets them from Dave's, the
Cosmic
grocery store.
Subs?
Dave's Market.
Oh, okay.
It's a grocery store.
Yes.
And I used to always get like such an upset stomach on Fridays. I'm like, what the hell is my body just like quitting at the end of every week? And I thought it was just sort of like a thing. Mm-hmm. So then and then I realized the only thing different about my diet on Fridays was these donuts.
Yeah.
So one Friday I just like didn't eat the donuts, which is hard for me to do because I fucking love donuts.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have them. Stomach felt fine.
Gross.
Tried it the next week. Stomach felt fine again. I was like, oh, it's these fucking donuts. Like they're like I don't know what the fuck is up with them. Other coworkers eat them and they have no problem or whatever. But yeah, so there are some donuts that do not sit well with me, and apparently Dave's.
Fair enough.
I hope that
Dave's
they're not
Supermarket. No,
Dave's
they're not
Supermarket?
a sponsor. Don't worry about
Fuck
it.
you, Dave's Supermarket. Taco Bell, you're okay in our book.
That's fine. Taco Bell, get at me. I want a bunch of potato grillers as payment.
We will advertise you on our public access TV show.
That's right.
Let's do
Plucking Petals After Dark. Stoops, let's talk about things you got going on. What's new? What are you doing?
Not much. What are you doing?
I'm just recording a podcast. Kevin said he left the store, so it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
My next show isn't until December, but December 9th, it's actually the 1-year anniversary of my album Ancient Computers. And I will be performing with Blockhead, who is a super awesome hip-hop based electronic guy who I opened for actually earlier this year.
Wonderful.
So I play in the Beachland Tavern December 9th. I'm going to try and do something weird or special or whatever for it since it's the 1 year anniversary.
T-shirt cannons.
Yeah, something like that. And
Okay.
besides that,
Oh,
Awesome.
it's pizza time. I tell you, I'm about to shove some fucking pizza in my mouth.
I like that.
But yeah, besides that, just like producing an album or two. I honestly am not interested in what I'm saying anymore because I'm just like, fuck,
Yeah,
pizza's
I know.
about
I'm
to
really
be here.
hungry.
All right, James, what do you like? What are you into? What are you doing?
That's a really tough question for me because I'm not really much of a media person. I've been playing Breath of the Wild. I'm about to finish it.
Yeah.
And Super Mario Odyssey comes out on Friday, so I'm hoping to pick that
Yeah.
up.
Super Mario Odyssey and Stranger Things too.
I know. I'm really excited for that.
How the fuck do we like? I don't have a Switch, fortunately, so I can just commit myself to Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But like, shit, that's a rough one.
That was actually incredible. I said I took this vacation, and one of the highlights of it was just the ability to. I brought my Switch with me and play video games for a couple hours a day was fucking amazing. So, yeah.
what did I miss?
That's awesome. Not much. Wait, is pizza here?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Why don't you close out? I'm gonna throw you some cash. I don't know how much I need to give
Sounds
you.
cool. Yeah, shows for me. November 12th, I am opening for MC Lars and Cuckoo Kangaroo and p.stoops.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
we'll
should
be.
put that in
Yeah,
my calendar.
it's fine. We'll be my DJ for that show. That is a early afternoon show at 3:00 in the afternoon at the Grog Shop.
Catch some brunch, motherfuckers.
Catch some brunch and then catch some rhymes. Other than that, I think that's about it right now. Just follow me on all the social media, Mayor Wertz, as always. And once again, this has been the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm standing up because I need to go pee. Like,
Have a good evening, good sir.
I wouldn't have said anything.
I'm keeping that in. Have a good night.